Hi folks, and welcome to my workshop. In this video, I'm going to take a walk around the new Onefinity Pro model I recently purchased, and I'll discuss what makes the Pro Series different and why this machine may be a good fit for you within the Onefinity lineup. Let's start by taking a look at my Foreman Pro, and then I'll share why I went with this model instead of the wildly popular Elite model series. With a cut area slightly greater than 48 by 48, this Foreman Pro model is fully capable of cutting half-sheet plywood, flattening wide slabs, and comfortably handling large projects. If you need more length, you could of course utilize software tiling as well. The Pro Series also has two other sizes available, the Woodworker Pro at 32 by 32 and the Journeyman Pro at 48 by 32. The Pro Series machines have massive 50mm rails, and the other parts, like the included heavy-duty Z slider that make up this CNC mechanically, are definitely well built and seem to be very well engineered and assembled in my opinion. Now, my unit came to me in Ohio from Canada via New York during the height of the holiday shipping rush, so I'm sure it got bounced around quite a bit along the way. And when I completed assembly, the first thing I did was check tramming, and man, this thing was dead on. I mean, totally square and parallel with the surface. I have to admit, that was a pretty big relief because I was not really looking forward to having to tram my new machine, being brand new to the world of CNC. Pro Series models utilize the trusted Buildbotics-based controller, an established and proven CNC computer with 4 USB ports for hooking up peripherals and USB memory sticks. More USB ports than even the Elite series, which only has 1. The Buildbotics controllers also support any size screen. You don't have to go with the smaller 10-inch screen that is offered by Onefinity with the non-Elite series machines. In my case, I went with an Asus 22-inch Full HD touchscreen monitor. At around $230, it was only about $100 more than the one offered with the machine. I feel it's an awesome upgrade and worth every penny. I have an affiliate link to this exact monitor in the description if you'd like more detail or would like to purchase one for yourself. So far, I love this screen. It's a great size and very responsive. Hookup was easy as well. Of course, you may want a monitor mount as well, and there's tons of options out there, and they can be found very economically. By the way, if you go with the Elite series, you're stuck with the factory 15-inch screen. It's a great screen, works well for its purpose, but it's something to be aware of. You can't change it out. You can also use a simple wireless joypad with the Pro Series or Original Series. So jogging your Original or Pro Series machine is super simple and fast. It works great, and best of all, it was included with the purchase of my machine. With the Elite, you'll need to purchase a jogging pendant separately, which will run you an additional $150 to $200 with shipping. It's nice, but it does add some more expense if you want easy jogging for your Elite machine. Drag chains are now standard on the Pro Series machines, so wire management, and in my case coolant management, is a breeze. They are a welcome addition, and as usual with Onefinity products, well thought out and well built. The original and Pro Series machines all use stall homing technology, which does not require wires or physical switches that require installation and can even possibly fail, although I don't think those switches fail very often. I understand that physical switch homing is more consistent, but I have to say, my Pro Series with stall homing is extremely accurate and consistent. You can dial in settings down to the thousandths of an inch or tenth of a millimeter. So I'm not sure how much that really makes a difference in the end to the average user, the average Onefinity user, especially those doing woodworking. I mean, I am very particular about measurements, and this thing is bang on and most importantly, repeatable every time. I must admit, I was kind of concerned about this fact in the beginning, but I have found it just simply not to be an issue. Another thing you may want to consider is build time. The original and Pro Series are currently listed as a 1 to 2 week production time, and the Elites have been on a 7 to 9 week production schedule since their announcement. Of course, this may have changed since I filmed this video, so you'll want to check current lead times on the Onefinity website. So the Pro Series here definitely does tick a lot of boxes for those looking to purchase a CNC, especially for the hobbyist or small business. In my opinion, the Onefinity Foreman Pro is a very powerful, well-built, and dependable CNC solution that comes in close to $1,000 less than the flagship Elite series from Onefinity. So, all of this sounds great. Why would someone want an Elite series, then you might ask? Well, there are some really nice things that, for me personally, I would consider luxuries rather than necessities. Again, this is just my personal opinion. I can say, though, that these luxuries would definitely be very, very beneficial in a higher volume production environment. With the Elite series, you get closed loop stepper motors. Now, closed loop motors constantly feed back their position to the Masso controller, so if something goes awry, you can easily get notified, fix whatever may be the issue, and then pick up where you left off. That is for sure a nice perk. On the other hand, with the BuildBotics base controller, your job could potentially get ruined depending on the error, and on restart, you'll have to pretty much start all over from the beginning. Along these lines, the Elite series can also recover from a power loss and allows for a jump to line start from where you left off option. The original and Pro series does not offer this. Speaking of power, I would suggest adding a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply, to any machine that you may get. It protects against power dips and surges and can possibly get you through a short power outage. I've also heard they really help with electronic interference, if that happens to be an issue for you. I'll put a link to the one that I use below in the description as well. The Elite series is also faster moving than the Pro series, with inch per minute speeds coming in at 560 versus 398 on the Pro series. Now that's a 40% increase in production speed if you really need to push things. Nothing to sneeze at for sure. I find that I don't run my Pro series machine even close to the maximum speed though, and it's still extremely fast and gets jobs done pretty quickly. If you are interested in the 4th axis rotary, forget about it on the original or Pro series machines, but the Elite does have that capability. Now, with the Elite, you can also adjust feed speeds on the fly with the Masso setup. I understand this capability may be coming to the BuildBotics controller soon though. I see Onefinity is looking into it anyhow, so that's awesome. I've seen a use for that for sure in my short time using my CNC. The Elite also supports a tool setter, which is an awesome time-saving device that speeds up bit changes, automating the Z-axis probing during your job. The original and Pro series machines do not offer this. I have, though, heard about code macros that can run on the BuildBotics controller that can accomplish this. And I hear macro functionality may be coming on the next build of the Onefinity controller software update. So maybe that'll change. We'll have to wait and see. Now there are a few other small things that the Elite series differs on, but I think the ones I mentioned are the big differences that most people look to when making their decision, especially between the Pro and Elite levels machines. I can say one thing for certain, you just will not go wrong with either machine you decide on. If you decide to go with the Pro series like I did, you can always upgrade. It seems like it'd be a pretty easy upgrade too. That's one of the great things about Onefinity. One machine, infinite possibilities is their tagline. You're not buying something today that is outdated tomorrow. So for me, why did I choose the Onefinity Foreman Pro? Well, for me personally, the Pro Series simply ticked all the boxes, and it saved me about $1,000 that I used to purchase my Pwn CNC spindle system and some accessories and bits to get started. I've run a handful of projects perfectly, and thus far I'm exceedingly happy with my purchase and this particular combo of machine and spindle. If things go well and on down the road I want to upgrade to the Elite, I certainly have that option. I also wanted my machine quickly because I was hoping to get it in my shop prior to Christmas orders of 2023. Interestingly enough though, that didn't happen. You see, I originally ordered an X50 Journeyman, but behind the scenes, Onefinity was just about to announce the new Pro Series for Christmas, and all 150 orders got delayed. Instead of shipping me an outdated machine, Onefinity upgraded myself and everyone else that ordered during that short time span to the new Pro Series at no additional cost. Then, a day later, when the larger size Foreman Pro model was announced, those that ordered were also given the option to upgrade to that larger format size for the difference in cost, an option I clearly took advantage of. So now I have what I consider to be a phenomenal and very well built machine that is easy to operate and has a nice large work area. As a matter of fact, I think this particular machine was probably one of the very first official Foreman Pros to come off the Onefinity line. So a Foreman Pro is basically a Foreman Elite, but with the BuildBotix controller and stepper motors instead of the Masso controller and closed loop stepper motors. In short, so that also saves you about $1,000, and I'm happy with that. This is my first video on YouTube, and I hope you've found it useful. If I've earned it, please give this video a like and subscribe. I'll soon be producing more CNC, laser, and woodworking carpentry related videos. Thanks for stopping by, Appalachian Craftsman.